Earlier I showed you, or I gave away a PowerPoint template that kind of looks like this iPad notebook. And what's cool about it is everything was built in PowerPoint, which kind of speaks to something I want to talk about in this tutorial. And so the main thing is when you're working with PowerPoint, you can use PowerPoint for a number of reasons. One is you might want to use PowerPoint to build videos. That's something you can do effectively in PowerPoint 2010. Something else you might want to do is use PowerPoint to build your graphics or illustrations. And you can build presentations in PowerPoint, and you can build e-learning courses in PowerPoint. Now, one of the things I advocate is when you're working in PowerPoint, you're building e-learning courses, and especially when you're building the e-learning courses to publish to Flash, then what you want to do is kind of think of your production techniques in a different way. And when we look at graphics, what you want to do is have one PowerPoint file that you use to build graphics and another PowerPoint file that you use to build your course. And this right here, this notebook, is a good example of that. So the first thing I want to do is we'll show you, here's the PowerPoint file that I used to build the graphics, and I'll share that with you so you can play around and do with it what you want. But everything here you can see are separate objects in PowerPoint. So you can see here's my colors, my transparent texture. So I have all these different things that I've built out, different permeations of the template. And then what I want to do is I build this stuff out. You'll notice, and this is a key thing we'll focus on here in a second, you'll notice I've got a number of shapes on the slide. So you build your content out. When you're happy with it, just go ahead, select it, right click, and then save as picture. So this might be cover. You might want to save this flap here as its separate image. You can come here and same thing, right click, save this as an image. And when we look at this, you'll see there's a series of objects on this screen. When I publish the PowerPoint file to Flash, all of these objects here have to be created in Flash, so they have to be recreated and then rendered in Flash. Sometimes when you're using transparencies, as we have here, the transparencies can really make your file size much larger. So if you play around with this, you might see, in this case, this slide just with the transparent element all of a sudden becomes a 1 or 2 megabyte size file because I've got these transparent elements on them. So I want to keep my file size down so that it's easier for that to stream over the network. The other thing is I don't want to have, if I'm building a course, I don't want to have all these objects on my screen if I can avoid it. So an easy way to avoid it is you create a separate PowerPoint file just for building graphics. Build your graphics, save them as images, which I did here. Let's go look at that folder. So here's the image folder for the notepad. So I've got all these images here, and then all I'm going to do is open up another PowerPoint file that I'll use for my course, and then I'll insert these images. The advantage here, which will become really apparent when we actually look at the PowerPoint file, these are just, if we go to the master slide here, so with the slide master you can see I created a series of layouts that have different permeations of the template here, or the different layouts, and you can see they're just single images, so it's not a grouped object, just a single image, which is going to allow this to render a lot faster. It's a lot easier to work with as well. So we close that out. When we look at the actual slide here, we go to selection pane, you'll notice there's only the one object on the screen. And if we go to the master, there'll only be two objects. It'll be the title and the image, versus what we see in the original PowerPoint. We come here, you can see there's many more objects here, and when I throw text and all that other stuff on there, it'll increase in size as well. So working in PowerPoint, rethink your production techniques. Use one PowerPoint file to create your graphics, save those out as images, and then use another PowerPoint file to build your course, and then bring those images in there. And if you have to make changes, it's easy enough. You just make changes here, right click, save it as an image, and then you come into your other PowerPoint file and then right click and swap the images. So it's really easy to do, easy to maintain. You're going to find that you'll save some time and make your production a lot easier in the long term.